Hey everybody, Eternity here. So I know from my first video I did a review on the hair color for Enrage color, the purple plum, which turned out blue, as we can see. But we're dealing. I wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit and do a different kind of video for my second video. Animals are a huge passion of mine. I love animals. I'm actually in school to become a vet tech, and then after I've kind of been on my feet a little while, then I plan on going to school to become a veterinarian and open up my own, animal hospital and deal with, dogs, cats, birds, fish, cattle, horses, just about anything you can have as a pet. I want to be able to take care of it. I know that there are a lot of sites out there that tell you, adopt animals, it can save a life, but they never really have a true from the home story about why it would be good. Well, I wanted to share my story with you guys about adopting my dog, and she's currently buried herself in the mess that we call our couch. So I would call her in here so you guys could see her, but I will just let her sleep and I'll show you guys some videos of her at a later date. But I'm going to tell you about Marshmallow. Well, Marshmallow is a 10-year-old American Eskimo, little white fluff ball, pretty much the biggest baby on the planet Earth. And we got her when she was 7, so about 3 years ago. And we got her through a dog fostering program. Well, we decided to sign up to be a foster home for dogs that specialized in dogs that had been abused. And we had dogs, coming in and out of our home, and we would try to help socialize them with people in a good way so that they understood that people, could be good and they weren't just going to beat the crap out of them all the time and, make them feel like they were worthless. And then we would find, that one perfect home for them. Well, when we got Marshmallow, she had no name. She was 7 years old and didn't have a name. And she was used strictly for breeding. She was born in a breeder. They couldn't get rid of her, so she was just used as one of the next line of breeding dogs. She lived in a cage her entire life. The cages were actually stacked on top of each other, and they were just, wire cages, so if the dog above her went to the bathroom, they went to the bathroom on top of her. And, vice versa. If she went to the bathroom, she was on top of another dog, then she was going on top of that dog. Well, once the breeder decided to retire her, they just got rid of her. They didn't want her, it was just like a piece of trash. We throw away our trash, put it in the trash bag, take it to the dumpster. That's what she was to them, because she couldn't breed any money for them anymore. Well, she ended up in a home with 5 little boys that were all under the age of 6. Well, boys are just little titans anyways, and so they're going to be all over the place, and bringing in a new dog was like bringing in a new toy. They tortured her and pulled her hair and drug her around by her tail, and they were mean, they hurt her, and so naturally she was scared of males. Well, when she came into our home through the foster program, she was mortified. She would sit in the corner, she would do absolutely nothing but shake. Nobody was allowed to be around her, and if a male came around her, she would actually attack them. And I was a little worried because, my little brother lived in the home, and it was a scary thought, because anybody that was male that came around her, she would attack them. Well, finally I got her to warm up to me a little bit, and I just took her straight to my bedroom. And I took her in there, I locked the door, I put on cartoons, and laid her in bed with me and just snuggled up on her and, just cared for like she needed to, and it was no longer my room or my bed or my anything in that room. It was hers. And I think that helped, just letting her know that this was a safe place, this was her safe haven, and if she ever felt scared, she could come back there and, sit on her bed and she'd be okay. Well, a couple months later, we still hadn't found a home for her. She still had quite a few issues, was still attacking males, and so my mom got a hold of the foster person that was the main person in charge of the foster program and actually adopted her in my name. And so she was my Christmas present, and she now has no problems with anybody. She doesn't attack males anymore. She is extremely protective of her mommy. If anybody is, hugging me, touching me, sitting next to me or anything, she will actually sit in between us and just kind of make it clear that, hey, this is my mommy, you need to back off. And she did nip a couple times at my boyfriend when we first started dating, but now she just absolutely loves him. He's daddy and I'm mommy, and she's just thrilled at the thought that, she has somebody to love her. She is the biggest baby on the planet Earth. I can actually cradle her upside down in my arms like an infant, and she will sleep like that for hours. She can pass out, and 8 hours later she's still passed out laying there like that on me. So definitely she has become my child. I joke around all the time with my mom about how I don't need kids, I have a dog. So definitely I hope this story, brightens you and enlightens you on how good it can be to adopt an animal, whether it's a dog, a cat, a snake, a fish, anything like that. Adopting her didn't only help me save her life and give her a better life, in the years to come and, these last couple of years, but it also made my life better. I now have a companion that, is going to be there by my side no matter what. If I'm sick, if I'm hurt, if I'm upset, mad, sad, angry, anything, she is right there by my side and she won't leave my side. And so just that bond and that friendship is just truly amazing. And so I cannot urge enough to tell you guys to adopt. If you want an animal, you want a new puppy or you want a cat or something, definitely go to your local animal shelter, adopt an animal. Don't go out and buy one from a breeder. Adopt, adopt, adopt. I can't say it enough, Just make sure that, when you do get an animal, though, that is the choice that you want. You can afford it, you can take care of them, and make sure that you can afford vet bills and things like that. I know with Marshmallow, when we first got her, she actually ended up getting pyometra, which is a disease in the uterus of female dogs that are used for breeding. She went in and they had to remove her uterus completely, her fallopian tubes, all of that, because if they didn't, she would have died. Because pretty much is what it is just a bacteria that builds up, and it's just a really nasty infection, and they're unable to eat, they can't drink, they can't hold anything down, they vomit anytime, they even have so much as any kind of input into their stomach because that infection is so bad. And the vet told us that if we hadn't brought her in, she would have been dead in 2 days. But I loved her so much, and she was, my dog in that part of my life, that I paid the $1,500 to, get her the surgery and the emergency surgery and the couple days of overnight care and everything because, she's my dog, she's my baby, and I care about her. So definitely think about that before you get an animal, because animals aren't cheap. They're just like having a baby, You've got to have food, you've got to be able to take them to the doctor, toys, all that. So definitely make sure you understand the responsibilities that come with getting an animal. But when you do decide, make sure that you do go ahead and go to a shelter, I know there are a lot of places that you can go, you know, local animal shelters. The ASPCA is a great organization that helps relocate animals that are, you know, homeless strays. They were brought in because they were abused or abandoned, you know. So definitely, definitely, definitely adopt, adopt, adopt. And I promise that I will post up some videos of Marshmallow and her new sister Oakley. We currently got a little German short hair pointer. She is currently 4 months old. She'll be 5 months old on the 28th, so she's getting big. And we also have our new kitty Scar. We got her from a home where the daughter was abusing her, and so they wanted to get rid of her. She was mean. The vet, the vet even called her schizophrenic. So she was a little bit crazy, but with the right techniques and just taking the time, you know, she is the sweetest cat ever, and she snuggles up in bed with us now. So I'll definitely make sure to post videos of her and her sisters now. But don't forget to rate, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to adopt.